Happy 2025, y'all! I'm Ben Kai. We're going to have a look back at our 2024 year of gaming. For me, I played quite a few heavy hitters like Doom Eternal and Alien Isolation. But I'd say by far my favorite game this year was FF7 Remake for PC. And with the announcement that the second part of the remake is coming to Steam this month, I'm overjoyed at the prospect of playing more of this new take on my favorite Final Fantasy game. But none of those were released in 2024. In fact, only a handful of games I played were recently released. But we can always count on Jeff Keighley's Game Awards show to tell us which new releases we should like.
And the game of the year is...
FF7 for the win!
Astrobot!
Astrobot? What the?
No!
Okay, we're not gonna do another Game Award video like last year. All they do is invite celebrities that don't play games to give out awards. Oh, looky there. It's Indy Jones. Wondering why he's here. Probably for a paycheck.
And the winner is Melinda Juergens.
Donkey! OMG! That's Video Game Donkey in the audience! Hey, that reminds me. Dunk, how come you haven't released Animal Well on GOG yet? You know there's a lot of folks there who'd like to play it DRM-free, myself included. And I know you watch this channel. Don't tell me you didn't see my sequel to your Halo recap video. I made sure to tag you in that one. That actually gives me an idea. Everyone watching this right now, go tag these folks up on the screen in the comments and let them know that we want Animal Well released DRM-free on GOG. If enough of us let them know how much we want it there, then they have to do it. At the very least, comment just to see what happens. You know, for science.
It's a science experiment!
So since I didn't play enough new stuff this year to tell you what the best stuff is, how about I let y'all speak for yourself? I'm talking about user reviews. And we ain't going for Steam games. No. They've got their own GOTY thing for that. We're going DRM-free style with GOG Games. Big shout out to Alexim for providing me the list of all the GOG stuff that came out this year, and Solar Dome for keeping track of all the various GOG release threads. According to Alexim's list, there were 664 games released this year on GOG. Games like God of War, RoboCop, freaking Doom Remaster! And yet, none of them made it to the top 10, top 20, or even top 30. I mean, what could have beaten RoboCop? A tower full of cats. You people did this. How could you? So pop the champagne and blow out your Twizzlers, because we're going to see what you crazy people rated the top 30 games released this year on GOG. But first, please take a moment to remember the games that were delisted this year. They may be gone, but we will never forget them in our hearts. Okay, starting at number 30 with Cripmaster. So at first glance it looks to be a basic 4-character dungeon crawler until you realize to do anything you have to speak it or type it. According to the description, say anything you want, interact with the world and conquer quests by typing or speaking any word you can think of. Each encounter has multiple solutions to discover. Cool, sounds very innovative. Mr. Kobe McKinley has this to say about it. When I think of PC gaming, I don't think of graphics to the max or sky-high frame rates. I think of games that catch me by surprise with inventive mechanics and style. Well, Cripmaster fits the bill. Bottom line, grab Cripmaster if you think you'd like dungeon crawling with a word game twist. Nicely said, Kobe McKinley. And a decent entry to kick off this list. Number 29 is Dot Age. You are the Elder. You had a vision of a doomed future, so you took a handful of pips. your fellow villagers and led them to an empty valley to start anew. They need your guidance to survive the events foretold by the prophecy, so make sure your pips work hard. Turns out, the Elder isn't actually good at leading, and gets his pips killed a lot. But you have the advantage of starting over with the knowledge of your previous attempts, unlocking new game mechanics and content. Yep, it's one of those roguelike time loop games. But each run will be different, with new dangers to face, so you'll never know what to expect every time you start over. The developer says, "This is a love letter to the games of his childhood, made with passion in 9 years in the little spare time he got as a single developer from Italy." You hear that, ladies? You single? Buy this game, tell them how much you love it. Number 28 is People Playground. Something is fundamentally wrong with you people. This is a sandbox game where you torture these ragdoll-like beings in a variety of gruesome ways. Content warning: this is a sandbox game with extreme cartoon gore, blood, bones, organs, all of it. The humans in this game do not resemble real humans, show no emotion, and make no sound. Despite that, it may still be disturbing to some. Ya think? But who am I to judge? Y'all seem to like it with reviews like greatest game of all time, or good. Yes, such an enlightening review. 27 is Citadela. I'm not much of a city building guy, but it looks like a Civ clone with an Age of Mythology coat of paint. Ah, see? I don't know jack. These guys are saying it's ripping off of Caesar 3. 26 is Intravenus II. Here's another merger of two different games, Hotline Miami and Splinter Cell. Blast through this top-down action game with all guns blazing, or go the sneaky route with silencers and night vision goggles. Go says if you like the first, you'll love the sequel. Well then, I should get around to playing the first game to see if I should get to this one. 25 is Lego Lord of the Rings. Do you like Legos? Do you like Lord of the Rings? Do you like shotgun axes?
Shotgun axe.
Then you'll like this game. Lego Man approved. 24 is The Phantom Fellows. This here is a point-and-click adventure game where you play as two detectives. One is alive, the other is a ghost. Together, they formed the Phantom Fellows Detective Agency, where they solve crimes for the living while also giving peace to the dead. Half Dome had this to say about it: The Phantom Fellows is the kind of game that pushes the genre forward. What starts as a fun, straightforward experience builds into something memorable. It has a distinct personality with sharp humor and creative writing that set it apart. The puzzles hit a sweet spot, challenging enough to keep you thinking, but not overwhelming. The writing is where the game truly shines. The dialogue is clever, funny, and full of personality. The characters are entirely unique, and they feel fresh and likable. And while the humor is front and center, after a few cases, there's also a layer of emotional depth peppered in, which make the duo feel human. Sounds like a good one to me. Put it on the list. 23 is the Theos Principal 2. Humanity is gone. All that is left are robots playing Portal-style puzzles. Around 150 of them, according to Razorfold. He says, if you enjoyed the first game, you'll likely enjoy this one. And it's a steal for the amount of content you get. A ton of Easter eggs, exploration, amazing visuals, and an amazing soundtrack. Thanks Razorfold for the review. Looks to be a nice, relaxing first-person puzzler. Okay, so far you guys have been picking some decent games. And a lot of these I've never heard of before. So what's number 22? Milo and the Magpies. What? I don't understand. You guys ranked this 4.6 out of 5. How is this better than God of War? It's only an hour long! Someone explain this to me! The algorithm randomly recommended this game to me for less than £2, so I purchased it on a whim. This is an art game with a simple story. Art. Of course.
Bullshit.
Leave it to the art folks to come in the last second to put out a short game that beats out an epic 30-hour-long tale of action and adventure. But of course, Milo has a dancing cat, so of course that game's better.
That I love. I absolutely love.
Oh, number 21 better be good. Starcom, Unknown Space. Now we're talking. You can build your ship, explore space, shoot the frack out of aliens. Where have you been hiding this whole year? I need this game. Powerful Star Trek vibes. If it's a Star Trek exploration game you want, this is highly recommended. Sold! Insta wishlisted for me. Now that is a good pick. The big 2-0. What you got for us? Prim. This looks like a weird one. It's a black and white point and clicker, where you play as a rebellious teenage daughter of the Grim Reaper.
No, I'm not.
So yeah, expect LucasArts style of humor and puzzle solving.
But I'm gonna figure this out.
Oh, it's time for the lightning round. Time to list these next few babies off with number 19 and YS10, Nordics, a Japanese role-playing game with flashy combat and hot-looking anime waifus. You can also sail a pirate ship. And number 18 with Batsugan, a Japanese shoot-'em-up with flashy combat, hot anime babes, and cool starships. 17 is Stalled, a Norwegian RPG with not-so-flashy combat, not-so-hot characters, but you've got old-school nostalgia. 16, we're doubling down on nostalgia with Beyond Shadowgate, the official sequel to the old NES game called Shadowgate. It's more of, well, whatever old Shadowgate was. It's more of that stuff. 15 is Songs of Silence, a 4X strategy game. That's all I got. 14 is Drova, Forsaken Kin, a 2D hack and slasher. Is it good? Steam folks seem to like it. GOG 2. And lucky number 13 is Resident Evil Trilogy. Hey, I don't care if it's 3 different games. They're all listed under one bundle, so I'm counting it as one entry. Great games and great remasters. GOG even put their own stamp of approval on these by listing all the fixes they've implemented into this trilogy. Thanks guys for preserving these classics. Now go make yourself a Jill sandwich. Coming in at number 12, it's Shogun Showdown, a tactical turn-based roguelite samurai game. A friend of mine actually gifted me a copy of this game a while back, and these scenes here are really inclining me to go check it out. I'd say this is a decent entry for number 12. Except this guy seems to think otherwise. Warning, RNG hell. This is not the same game that I bought in early access. First time I ever got an early access game, and probably the last time ever. The game started as something awesome, and that's why I got it. It was a tactical roguelite that gave you total control of the run. If you lost, it was because you made mistakes. The developer made a 180 on the full game release. The key to victory is so-called luck. Gone is the reliance on skill and planning. It's become total RNG hell, to the point where I feel malice, disoriented, and straight up angry at half of my losses. Whoa. Seems like there's quite a few early access reviews, raising the overall score to 4.7 out of 5. I'll still give it a go since I have it, but man, that sucks for someone that bought a game advertised as one thing, then change it later in an update. Okay, number 11 spot is for, hey, I actually reviewed this one. This remake of Riven was incredibly beautiful and immersive. The puzzles were made more intuitive. The first-person perspective made it so much easier to navigate. I'd say this is the definitive way to play Riven. But watch out for Atris's family members. They're kind of jerks. We've made it to the top 10. Only the best of the best from here on out. So, fellow Goglodytes, what did you rate for number 10? Slay the Princess. Yeah! Hell yeah! Now that's what I'm talking about. Did it release this year? No. But the Pristine Cut update came out this year, and I reviewed it, so I'm counting it, dang it! If you haven't played Slay the Princess yet, then you're missing out on a wonderfully crafted story with branching paths. Go play it, and tell them Ben Kai sent you.
I'll try to make it quick.
What is she?
Now that we're in the big boys club, we're only gonna get must plays here. So number 9 is Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom. I have seriously misjudged mankind. This is better than Doom, RoboCop, and God of War, because you all rated it so. Is your brain broken and doesn't produce serotonin? Play Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom, and you will receive injection of pure joy straight into your veins. Yes, of course. 8 is Velvidec. I don't understand. I thought we were supposed to be getting better games as we got higher on the list. Again, you guys think this is better than God of War. Why? It looks terrible. 7 is, oh, for crying out loud. This looks even older than Velvedec. Need I say it? Better than God of War? Y'all said it, not me. I'm bracing for number 6. It's Killing Time. Remastered. Who remastered it? Well, Night Dive, of course. This creepy old horror FPS finally gets a high-res makeover, so you can kill those ugly clowns with full prejudice. You guys rated it a 4.8 out of 5, but interestingly enough, the original game only holds a 3.5 out of 5 score on GOG. Wonder what the remaster did to impress y'all. Overall, Killing Time was an ambitious title. Thanks to Night Dive Studios, it's still a blast to play today. I'm grateful for the HD graphics, smoother gameplay, and restored content that makes this the definitive version. The remaster is truly impressive, and I highly recommend it to anyone seeking an old-school classic. Well, if it comes from the god mode of Doom, then you know you can trust his word. Okay, top 5, top 5. These are going to be the really good ones, right? For number 5, we have Crypt Custodian. It's Zelda, if you were a cat sent from hell. You play as Pluto the cat, who just died and got sent to the Afterlife Palace. But after a disastrous meeting with the Afterlife Guardian, you get banished from the palace and are sentenced to clean up the underworld forever. It's a Metrovania, so you get lots to explore, lots to unlock, and lots to play with. Now this cat game I approve of, instead of that Tower of Cats nonsense. Big man number 4 is Swords and Sandals Classic Collection. Is this a joke? How can this be the 4th greatest game this year? It looks like it was made in MS Paint. Reviewers, explain yourselves! Everything here is the same as back then when you played it in Flash form, but instead of flipping a coin to see if you'll be able to play these games on the internet, you're now guaranteed a working version of your favorite Gladiator. 11 out of 10, I would kiss the developer on the mouth and tongue very intimately if I could track down his living address. I think I know what kind of people are reviewing these things. Backing up slowly. Yep, backing up. Give me something good for 3. It's Mullet Man Jack. Your health is time. You must kill to get more time. A high-octane action shooter, 90% arcade, 10% roguelite. In this future, man and internet have merged into a new being. This being needs dopamine every 10 seconds, or else it will die. Surprise of the year. Intense and surprising game. Good amount of weapons and upgrades. Striking music, and the dubbing is truly spectacular. I don't even know if it would be possible to improve. It surprised me by being one of the best indies I've ever played. I recommend it with confidence, 100 out of 100. Dang. Well, I know what your GOTY is, and my man G-Man has high praise for it as well. I'd be content to see this game as the best of the year, but we still have 2 more left. And guess what? It's a tie. 2 games got a perfect 5 out of 5 for this entire year. And here they are in no specific order.
Drum roll!
Iron Meat and Gory Cuddly Carnage. You guys really like your stuff violent. First up, Iron Meat is a Contra-like run and gunner where you must defeat the meat, an all-consuming interdimensional biomass. With a mix of classic arcade and console mechanics, players will battle against mutated victims and machines, dodge bullet barrages, and crush bosses in 9 levels of horrific brutality. Heck, it's even got 2-player couch co-op, so you can bring your buddy in for all the wanton destruction. Fast, frenetic, and fun. What more could you want? How about all that, but add in a little bit of cute? In Gory, you play as Gory the cat. Yes, it is another cat game, but as Joa Paulo ZA describes it, the gameplay is a cross between Devil May Cry and God of War, with Ratchet and Clank type platforming. You see, Crouton? That's what you needed to have been top dog. You needed to have been top cat. A freaking death-defying kitty cat flying on a rocket launcher hoverboard killing demonically possessed toys with a head-banging metal soundtrack in the background. And he's wearing a Marty McFly jacket. Yeah, I'm calling the tiebreaker and giving it to the killer kitty. Congrats on getting number 1, kitty cat. And that wraps up the GOG GOTYs for 2024. If you have any complaints about the list, don't blame me, I'm just a messenger. Vent your frustration in the comments, and let your fellow Goglodytes know why they are wrong. Also, how about commenting on what you'd like to see GOG pick up for the glorious year of 2025? I know Selton's out there right now typing, DroidWorks! I personally would love to see Doom Eternal, any Final Fantasy game, the rest of the Star Trek games, but most importantly, Animal Well! Donkey! Billy! Release the animals from their DRM shackles, and I promise I'll make it GOTY for next year's list. Especially if there's a cat in it.